Definitely we've made it very difficult for ourselves by...
Hi, I'm Jack.
...having a film that's like got action.
This is Scene It.
And music and comedy.
He just left.
And this is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Not only do I want to take part, I want to take them apart. Okay, I'm getting tingles.
Chances are you probably already know a lot about this movie. The stacked cast, why people shouldn't idolize Scott, how it famously bombed at the box office.
For your own mental health, like, don't read the trades the weekend your movie comes out.
And of course, all these
Scott, what?
transitions.
Oh, hey, it's tonight at the...
Now this stuff's cool, but there's already too many great video essays on Edgar Wright's style, his camera work, his callbacks, his use of the frame.
Oh my God! Shaun!
So, I'm not talking about that today. Instead, I want to highlight another of Wright's talents that seems wildly underappreciated.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's awesome.
It's great.
It was so much fun.
I cannot wait to come back again tomorrow.
Making a movie shoot fun.
It's worth pointing out for the record, and you can believe this, but it's absolutely freezing.
Anyone who's filmed anything, a short film, an ad, even a little TikTok sketch, knows that fun ideas can quickly collapse while shooting.
I want you off the fucking set, you prick!
Like, how well does the crew get on?
Oh, good for you!
How long's the shoot going for? Who's running things? And ultimately, is anyone actually enjoying themselves?
This is boring. Delete.
This last question seems like a given for scenes like this.
Do that again, and I will end you.
But there's an art to making a shoot fun, and Wright just gets it.
So I've always approached everything that I do with I really love what I'm doing, because you're gonna spend 2-3 years or more of your life doing it.
This stands out because there are plenty of examples of crew members
worst experience of my professional career.
Having a horrible time on set. Like this is Sir Ian McKellen.
Just tell me what happens, and then I'll try and do it without you.
Who famously broke down while filming The Hobbit because he hates acting to green screens.
It's the director and the people behind the camera who know exactly what they're doing and have planned for it over months, if not years. And the day comes to film it, and we just have to do what we're told, really.
Elsewhere, some shoots take way too long.
It's exhausting, though. I mean, it is really, really exhausting stuff.
And sometimes the director and actor...
Oh, come on. What do you mean, roll video?
...don't have the greatest relationship.
I am too, I'm standing.
So knowing all this, let's look at some of the stuff Wright does to make his set fun.
You know this one girl with hair like this?
Yes, that's Ramona Flowers.
In the camera tests, it was like getting all the different looks.
Look at the camera.
I definitely tried to cast people with really expressive eyes.
The camera said something kind of cute.
First, you got to cast the right people. Scott Pilgrim is full of actors who later became stars, so the talent is impressive, but by casting a group of young, fun people who are actually the age of their characters...
So, you've been out of high school for like 13 years.
I'm 22.
It became something of a family.
22.
Don't believe me? Well, this is Wright just a few weeks ago.
There had been a group email going since 2010.
And 13 years later, it's on this very same email thread that Wright asked them to be in the Netflix adaptation.
So I sent out that email to everybody, and within 3 hours, everybody had replied. They were just in, and that just, you know, is a testament to how much fun they had making the film, and how much they like the source material, and how much they like each other. It's just like a sort of ongoing family.
This sort of on-set camaraderie usually correlates to good on-screen chemistry.
You gotta love your castmates.
Like the Lord of the Rings cast is another great example of palpable and lifelong friendships.
Oh my God.
Scott Pilgrim has this same on-screen chemistry, which matters for the genre. As a teen coming-of-age comedy, it relies on these interactions.
Dude, what? She's totally real. Who? I'm sorry about me.
So, what can I get you?
I'll leave you alone forever now.
To create any semblance of believability in what is otherwise a pretty silly movie.
You once were a vegan, but now you will be gone.
Vegan.
Bread makes you fat.
Bread makes you fat?
So it's kind of important that, as Michael Cera stated,
by the end of the movie, I felt like this is my world. This is my group of friends. Yeah, find the rhythm of the hoop. Find the rhythm of the hoop.
Next is what I've termed on-set interactivity. This is clearly also a byproduct of the types of movies Wright makes, but everything has some level of dynamism and engagement for the crew.
I like the idea of building a specific set just for one shot.
There's no such thing as a basic camera movement, simple blocking, or boring dialogue in a Wright film. Instead, we get visual trickery.
Hey, what if we added extra struts to put them in time with the beats of the song?
Texas switches.
Anya Taylor-Joy and Thomasin McKenzie are basically switching places. There's nothing more to it than that. It's just like amazing choreography, like an amazing Steadicam shot.
And, of course, stunts. Lots and lots of stunts.
You see these rigs with like people floating and people on wires and these guys doing amazing things. I mean, the whole stunt team, it's amazing what they do with their bodies.
I'm nothing without my stunt team.
And as Wright explains, the fun element of this stunt work is tied to the casting.
In a way, like sort of having another actor who would have been more obviously physical wouldn't have seemed as surprising or funny to have them involved in fight scenes.
We were kind of doing like endurance training and like fight training, you know, choreography, which is just so unnatural to me and sometimes hurt.
Oh, Michael, okay?
It's okay, yeah, it's okay.
And whilst not everything in Scott Pilgrim is a stunt and there's lots of special effects shots, Wright did everything he could to add some variety, some fun to the set.
And kind of in tribute to the comics, but also a way of making it feel like a comic book film in a different way, was to try and make every single cut a different shot, because certainly the idea was that if you were drawing a comic, you wouldn't draw the same frame twice necessarily.
What are you doing? Getting a life.
As well as his commitment to making every shot different, he added lighting effects to emulate impacts during the fight scenes.
Why do you keep saying that?
We use a hell of a lot of flash bulbs going off. I would usually like pull the trigger myself of setting off these flash bulbs in time with the music, and then later in the fights, we use it a lot.
Introduce a little no blinking rule to add surreality to the movie.
And they used to call me the blink Nazi on set.
Added practical elements wherever he could.
We literally threw like thousands of like dollars worth of Canadian currency down the pyramid.
And
it was so much fun all the time because we just had the greatest vibe with everybody.
And the main memory I take away from it is what fun the cast members had, and I think that chemistry is infectious.
We'll see you soon.
Bye, vlog.
See you soon.
I think that basically trickled down from Edgar and the energy that he was creating. We all got to rehearse together and spend a lot of time together.
If I do not stretch out my quads, I will die later.
Now, energy and enthusiasm can't really be taught, but Wright's passion for filmmaking jumps out in everything he does.
3, 2, 1, fight!
His actors are free to make jokes.
Edgar's trying to direct him on how to party like a real person.
Party people!
He's unapologetically silly.
Film me running off.
And this isn't just for Scott Pilgrim. In any of the behind the scenes for any of his movies, you can see him infecting his cast and crew with enthusiasm and positivity.
Shut up.
Like here's an insight into the seriousness of his sets.
Fine, so... Jog on. Jog on.
Some directors might call this unprofessional, but you can tell that Wright really gives a shit about making the best possible version of whatever he's making.
Because the job is so hard, like, it has to come from a place of passion and it has to come from a place of sincerity. You know, it's like make the film that you want to make, not the film you think you ought to make. Because I think when people make things in a cynical way of like, oh, this genre is hot now, let's do this, and they're not really that invested in it, you can tell, you know?
Let's do this.
Obviously, Edgar Wright knows his movie history, and he works with a bunch of talented cast and crew to make things happen. It's not just him.
A lot of people are saying, wait, how did you do that? Is it motion control? Is it green screen? It's neither. It's basically having an absolutely shit-hot camera operator who can replicate the move.
And of course, his technical proficiency, writing, and his knack for balancing comedy with other genres is world-class. That's what people know him for.
For the record, I am so pissed off for you right now.
Shut the f up, Julie.
But I think it also matters that he seems like a big kid at heart, wants his job to be fun for everyone, and personally, I feel like that's the element that comes through in all of his movies.
Got a mustache. I know.
So anyway, I'm Jack, this is Seen It, thanks for watching, and remember, filmmaking can be fun too.
It's 1:54 a.m. and it's time to say goodbye to this particular occasion.
it.